Hey, it's Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. What? So, am I a pirate? Am I a pirate? Guess what? I'm a pirate. No, I think we're all pirates in a way. So, we'll kind of come full circle. We're going to end up here at 123 Day Trade at the end uh, of this conversation today. But I want to go through a little discussion, and it's going to have a little bit of Bible in it because that's where I've been. It's going to have a little bit of trading in it, and it's going to come back to 123 Day Trade and where I like to lead you in this case back to my course. Anyway, so let's talk about what started off the thought process in it. James, the book of James. Now, the book of James has historically been credited to the brother of Jesus. Now, whether he was the brother of Jesus or not, that's up for debate. But historically, James was thought of. Anyway, so that's not really why I wanted to tell you. It's basically looking at verse 8. Being a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. So this is where I was in my life. I was double-minded, unstable, not exactly sure where I wanted to go with my life. In fact, I went so far down the road that I became an OTR driver. Let's have some coffee while we're here today. Driving the big rig. Nothing against driving the big rig. It's just not for me. But it's also allowed me to refocus on what I want to accomplish. And it gave me lots of time to sit back and on those 10 hours off. I mean, I was driving those 14, or excuse me, I was working those 14-hour days so that I could have the 14 hours on. I was working those 14-hour days on so I could have my 10 hours off. And then on my off time, I spent a lot of time researching and looking at odds and ends on trading. So as I had lots of free time, especially on resets and stuff like that. So we're going to come back full circle to this. But the reason I tell you that is that what guided me, the thing that kind of guided me back to refocusing on my trading again, was Proverbs 16:9. Now, if we read Proverbs 16:9, and then I want to read pretty much this whole section here, verse 16, 1 through 9. But it says, the mind of mine, the mind of men plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. So that's verse 9. So verse 9 is what God guided me, the Lord. Now notice that Lord is capitalized in the Old Testament. And that, we don't really want to get into the discussion of that, but that's just needless to say, those that don't know, I have a minor in Bible. So I, at one point in my life, thought about being a preacher, to be honest. Anyway, so long story short, that's the long story. So the short story long, as I like to say, the man of mind. So the plans of the heart belong to men, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own sight, but the Lord weighs his motives. Commit, here, I like this. This is the verse I like. Commit your works to the Lord and your plans will be established. So my plan is to establish my CLPower Day Trading Strategy for you or for anyone that's stumbled in onto this as well. So the Lord has made everything for its own purpose, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone who is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Assuredly, he will not be unpunished. By loving kindness, the truth and equity is atoned for, and by the fear of the Lord, one keeps away from evil. When a man, I like verse 7 too. Verse 7 is pretty cool. When a man's ways are pleasing to the Lord, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than a great income with injustice. And then we complete this, right? The mind of mind, the mind of man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. As you can tell, I reverse things around, and hey, I'm not perfect. So where is this guiding to? Where the thought process that it's guiding to is basically to this point right here, to the Ecclesiastes section that I'll quote every so often and say there's nothing new under the sun. So what I'm going to get to, the conclusion of everything that I'm going to talk about today, is there's nothing new under the sun. It's just basically how you interpret that data, that information, and and then repackaged in the case, in a way that I'm going to show you here in a second, even my own information being repackaged and put into a different format. And getting paid for it. Wish I was getting something for it. All right, so where am I going with this? Nothing new under the sun. Where I want to guide you to now, during my trading and my research, I was going through a bunch of different websites like Trading Educators from Joe Ross, I Really Trade from Larry Williams, and all the others like Trade Guider. This is originally Tom Williams' business, but can't think of the dude's name. Gavin Holmes is the head honcho now here. But I stumbled into Dr. Barry Burns. Now, I don't know this man, but always, with a fine-tooth comb, I've always been very cautious with anybody that has to introduce himself by doctor. So, or you have to call him by doctor. You know, I like the doctor, like my doctor, my PCP, my primary care provider, doesn't like to be called Dr. Gottrin. He makes me call him Mark. So when I go in there and I call him doctor, he goes, "Hey, my name is Mark," you know. So that's the kind of doctor that I like. Yeah, I still call, but the respect level for me is I still call him doctor, and he'll say, "Hey, it's Mark," and I'll say, "Okay, hey, Mark." But the respect is there, right? So he earned the respect from me by calling himself, "Hey, I like to be called this way." So the respect is earned, right? So I guess that's where I'm getting at. Now, I don't know this man, but what I want to do is guide you to something that in his products, and if you look here, and we go through his products and we actually go and scroll all the way down. He's got a foundations course and all that crap. I mean, it's not crap. I don't know anything about this man. He's got some good stuff out here, I'm sure. Let's just put it. But if you scroll down and go to his advanced course, Top Dog Trading Advanced course, and I'm going to guide you to something that I coined myself. I coined this, and I see it being played out in a different way right now. I don't know if you can read that right there. I call it the 3 V's of trading, right? I've been talking about the 3 V's of trading for a long time. And this guy, Dr. Barry Burns, and I'm sure this course is good. I don't know, but there it is, the energy of volatility, volume, and velocity. As far as I know, I made these terms up, and let me tell you why I made them up. I didn't make them up. I just borrowed volatility, volume, and velocity from VSA. Let me get back to what I want to talk about with that. So if you go back to Tom Williams stuff and you go back to this is the VSA that I can go back and say, well, the VSA concept, where did I learn it from? I learned it from Tom Williams, but Tom Williams learned it from Richard Wyckoff, and it goes on. So basically what I'm getting at is there's nothing new under the sun. It's just repackaged and put together. So volume in this case is always volume, so that V was good. But velocity, I'm thinking, well, how did I get velocity? You know how I got velocity? This is how I got velocity. Momentum. I was thinking of what is a word that I could use for an M to make it a V. And what I did is I substituted momentum and I made the word velocity for it. And volatility was already a V, right? So V, so velocity and volatility were already known, right? Volatile. So that's the concept that I call ADR. And then you have momentum, And then you have volume, and volume on the tick studies. And then I end up calling my stuff VTS, right? Volume tick study. But I borrowed all of this from someone else. There's nothing new under the sun. I just repackaged it and made it into my own. Let's go back to Top Dog Trading. Now, if you want to buy this course, let's see where we can find add to cart here. Maybe it's watch this video and then it add to cart here. There it is, add to cart. So if you want to buy his advanced course, you had to buy you actually have to buy the foundations course 1 and 2 before you can get this. So $9.95, right? $9.95, and I need to pause here. Someone's ringing our doorbell. Very back. So okay, I'm back. Let me get my train of thought back together. $9.95. So this advanced Top Dog Trading advanced course is $1,000. Let's just put it frankly, it's $1,000. Let's guess you get a coupon discount or something like that. Of course, it's going to be nowhere near that. I was assuming when I'm all said and done, when it's developed and put together, it'll be $197 total. But as I'm developing out, it's going to be a lot cheaper than that because, hey, I'm just now in the Combine. But as I move to the Combine to FTP, there'll be a price increase. And then when I go from FTP to the funded account, there'll be a price increase to $197. But right now, I'm 2 steps prior to where I need to be right now. So you guys take advantage of that. Or you can pay $1,000 for Dr. Barry Burns' course at Top Dog Trading. So where am I going with all this, and why I'm telling you all this? So if you go to back to my website and you just press this Welcome to 123 Day Trade, you can see, if you read through me personally and what I believe in and why I do what I do, down here are the trading masters that I've learned from and learned the most from. Jesse Livermore. And the reason I'm telling you all this is this is where I got all my information from, once again, there's nothing new under the sun. So Jesse Livermore, he's the father of wave theory or wave principle. And then you have William Delbert Gann. Now, I wish there's a picture of Gann, but Gann, there's actually a picture of him. Let's go to search W.D. Gann images. That's him older. This is him younger. That's what he looked like when he was a younger man, W.D. Gann. Now, he's best known, what I use for the golden ratio, going back to, and also the square of 9. That's what I use him for. Oh, well, Jesse Livermore. Well, I say Jesse Livermore was just a very good trader, not the wave principle guy. I apologize. I knew that. But he ended up, he's a lesson in history. Jesse Livermore, right? This man shoots himself in a restaurant, I use my money management strategy based upon him because of don't do what he did, right? He's made millions and lost millions, and in the end he takes a gun and shoots himself and kills himself in a coat room at a restaurant because he's so unhappy with what's going on with his life. And but he made millions, lost millions. So that's where my money management strategy came from, by the way. It kind of dawned on me right there that, take more away on your wins and bank some of those profits, right? Ralph Nelson Elliott, that's the man who's the wave theory guy. The wave theory, the principle of, and there's no picture of him either. So let's go back to the images. And Ralph Nelson Elliott. This is the picture that you'll see an awful lot that I've used in the past, right? So there's Ralph Nelson Elliott, the father of the wave principle, or the wave theory. And I'm sure he borrowed it from someone else. So what I'm getting at is all these guys borrowed their information from someone else. And then you have Richard DeMille Wyckoff. And of course, no picture of him either. And he learned, what you learned about him. Let's get him up and get the images. This is the image I use an awful lot right there. There's Richard DeMille Wyckoff. And he is the father of the VSA movement that comes up, right? The volatility studies and so forth and so on that Tom Williams ends up learning and going about. So Tom Williams is a gentleman who is the father of the VSA modern day movement. Joe Ross I learned a lot from, just a one-on-one trading from and learning from his courses and his books. And all these links click into a video, by the way, if you want to. There's Tom Williams. There's Joe Ross. You have to get through his raspy voice. He's a better writer than he is a speaker. If you can get through his
Hi everyone.
He has a raspy voice like that, but he's extremely knowledgeable as it relates to trading. Larry Williams.
You have to be really careful if you're going to be a day trader, because it usually turns into nightmares.
Yeah, and that's true too, right? 10,000 to 1 million in 1980 something, and he runs the website called I Really Trade. Very good trader. It's one of the few guys I've actually watched trade and make money. And Van K. Tharp, Psychology of Trading,
Hi,
right?
my name is.
This man I learned a lot from just by reading his books. Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom, watching all this stuff that's out here for free on the internet. He has his peak performance course that I took, but a very good mindset type of guy that you want to learn and keep your mindset together. Now, why did I bring all this up? Once again, there's nothing new under the sun, right? There's nothing new under the sun. That's why I brought it all up. And now, you might not believe that I have out there, but if you go here to my home site, 123 Day Trade, and you scroll down, this link's actually working right now, From Failure to Success in Trading. So what I want to do is get a fake mail generator, copy this, and put that in. So you can get this book right now if you want it. Just put your email address in there, or fake mail generator that I just used, and you can get your book. So reason I'm reading this, I just want to scroll all the way to the bottom and read. This is a book that I put out, and I wrote this probably in 2000. It says 2016, but I wrote it prior to that. So the moral of the story, From Failure to Success in Trading. Honestly, there have been so many countless number of trading books written about all things trading. What makes me different, you ask? Well, I can say without a doubt, I'm a day trader. When you're new to trading, and you can go ahead and read all this. But what I want to get to right now is things that I believe in, right? And all these things are what I believe in. But there you go. Now you can pay $1,000 for another man's work that he borrowed the concept from me, as far as I'm concerned, or he didn't, or maybe he made it up on his own. Maybe he made it up just like I did. He saw volume and volatility, and he put, hey, velocity together with Momo, and he made his three. But I call it the 3 V's of trading, and he calls them the energies. Now, who says something about energies? A lot of the old traders say a lot about the energy of the market. So the energy, Gann is a big guy on energies. So, like I said, Dr. Burns and everybody out there has borrowed from someone else in the past. It doesn't matter. if he borrowed from me, or he borrowed from Gann, or he borrowed from whoever. It just doesn't matter. Bottom line is that we've all borrowed something from somebody as it relates to trading. You've learned from others. And that's kind of the moral to the story that I want to get to today, as I'm looking back at my work that I've put together and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that leads me to me announcing the CLPower Day Trading Strategy. And I'm going to put this together. I'm actually working on behind the scenes to make this a reality now. And I look forward to having you in my classroom, and we work together and learn from each other. And I'm going to be using a Demio is my plan right now for the live trading room, and then I'm going to use Vimeo to put up the videos. And what I'm actually doing right now and behind the scenes is working on the course itself. Now you won't be able to access this, but so I'm working on, this is where I am right now, working on the course, CLPower Day Trading Strategy, and I'm using Thrive Apprentice from Thrive Themes because I wanted to use that product, and I'm building this course out behind the scenes. There'll be 3 levels of this course, right? There'll be like right off the bat, there'll be like the technical stuff, how to set up your charts and all that good stuff. So that stuff can be covered at the very beginning. And then as we progress up this, so me and the combine, there'll be a certain price, cheapest by the way. And then me and FTP will be a little bit higher. And then when I get to funded, it'll be $197. That'll be what the course will eventually be. And then there'll be a monthly fee for the classroom itself for as long as you want, cancel any time, right? So that's where I'm going with where I'm heading. And I guess the courses, I can't get it just to say courses. I don't know if I made a page for that yet, but that's where I'm heading. And I'm also in the I'm also hooking up all this behind the scenes stuff. Now, if you want to go to here, just give me today, and when you press this button after today, sometime today, I'll have this hooked up. So, because it's a free course already right now. So if you want to go to the course itself, go to my members page. And if you want to take this course, you don't have to wait to take this course. You can take it right now. It's here. Get your mind map, download. It's all here. If you want to go through the first 3 videos of here, let's go back to the members. So that course is all already available. So Day Trading Mastery Mini Course. This is out here too. Futures Day Trading Beginners Course. I mean, you can do your own homework. I've put a lot of work in a lot of my stuff already. So this is free to you as well. And the day trading tips, it says 10 best of the tips. 1, 2, and 3 are available, and the rest are hidden because this is what we're going to be talking about. And then 10, the tiebreaker, is available. So you can actually watch me talk about 1, 2, 3. So Gann 4th time through, blow off volume, the fake out. You can watch me talk about the tiebreaker. This is my trade setups that I use in my trading. So you can go through all my material already. Now you're not going to be able to see highest volume bar, PPM, Fibonacci retracement, gunning and running stops, trade the event, and Bugs Bunny. That'll be hidden underneath access to later that I will grant after you become part of the day trading classroom once I unlock it. So that's where I am. So I want to get my white screen out whiteboard and say thanks. Thanks for listening to me today. Thank you. You didn't have to sit here and listen to me for the last 25 minutes, but you did. And I want to thank you for that. All right? This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, there's nothing new under the sun. We'll see you on the next video I put together. The pirate is out. Bye.